And being that today is Sunday, y'all know Reset Sunday for me is the days that I record my content and things like that. I just really wasn't in the mood to do that today. Will that bite me in the butt later? Probably. Probably. However, it just is what it is. I decided to straighten up my office and get all of these new books on my shelf. It sounded like a good idea when I first thought about it, but now just seeing all of the books that I have, I'm a little stressed. But it is what it is. We're going to make it happen. We're going to do what it do. This is going to be a little spring cleaning, if you will.
I need you, yeah, I really do. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do.
Okay.
Tell me what to do. All I know is hit the mall and see what damage I could do.
Okay.
I give you the world, but there's other planets too. And I need someone to be patient with me. Someone to get money with, not take it from me. But they don't even need to be as famous as me. I don't think I meet them at the places I be, but
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Happy sunrise, family. Welcome back to my channel. I'm trying to put on my little sultry voice for y'all. I know I look like a little newscaster or whatever like that, but I kind of wanted to just try out this new mic that I have just to see if it worked for real. And it seemed like it does. I like it a lot. Like it a lot. Anyway, if you're new here, welcome. Pull up a seat, babes. It gets chaotic over here just a little bit. But at the end of the day, babes, the vibes be vibing. It's always a vibe. So go ahead and just subscribe, please. Y'all, today is just so draining and sad looking. It's literally nothing but gray skies outside. I think it was raining a little bit this morning. It's not raining currently, but it might rain again. I'm also going to apologize in advance about the lighting in here, being that it's a little dreary outside. The lighting in my room is not going to be the best, you guys. So I'm going to try to use my ring light to the best of my ability. I'll try to adjust the footage when I go into edit. But if it still looks like garbage, just vibe, babes. Just if you love me, it shouldn't matter. Okay? It shouldn't matter. So first thing first, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get everything up off this floor. Because one thing about it with content creating, you can ruin a room quickly. I have clothes everywhere. I have cards everywhere, books everywhere from different vlogs and reels and shorts and videos that I've recorded. So I need to go ahead and tidy that up first. I'm probably not going to record that process because I just feel like that's going to just take a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and just get that out of the way. And then I'll be back so y'all can be a part of the bookshelf process. Okay, cheerio. Okay, you guys, I have got, well, I cleaned up as much as I could, okay, off of the floor. I put all the clothes away. I mean, y'all saw the clip. I ain't got to get into all that. Now I'm getting ready to take off the decorations on my bookshelf because y'all know I be decorating for almost every season. So I'm getting ready to take these decorations down real quick. Y'all don't pay my shirt any attention. I told y'all it was raining low key, and I told y'all this hair be bleeding. The red be bleeding. Okay, so yeah, I don't have a whole lot of decorations I gotta get taken down, but as you can see, I do. And one thing about it, y'all know I'm gonna keep some dead flowers. I'm gonna keep some dead flowers. It does not matter. They just be there. So I gotta take the flowers down, give them back to the earth, and then once I can take the decorations down, then we can actually start the real process. Yeah, that should be fun. Okay, babes, you know what's crazy is the fact that I've been talking to you guys for about 5 minutes now, and I wasn't recording anything. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. You can at least count on me doing that in like 2 to 3 vlogs a month. Like what the fact that this is so regular and normal is absolutely insane. Anyway, as I was saying, in what I thought I was recording, I'm getting ready to pull some books off of my shelf because there are a couple of books that I know that I'm not going to reread or I didn't really have a great time with, or whatever like that. And I feel like I just need to go ahead and get it off of my shelf before I start adding new books on. That, I mean, I guess that would just make sense, right? Now, I fear there's not a whole lot of books that I'm going to be pulling off because, like I've told y'all in previous book vlogs, there's a lot of books on my shelf that I have not read yet. I know. I know. Judge your mother, not me. However, that is one of my goals this year is to try to read more books that I actually have on my shelf. That way I know what it is I like, what it is I don't like, and I can give away, what I don't like and make room for more, right? So that's what we're getting ready to do. Now, this is when I realized I wasn't recording because my camera just turned off while I was talking about the first book I was unhauling. So it is what it is. But the first book that I pulled off my shelf was Bad Mother by Mia Sheridan. Now, I initially got this book because I absolutely love the cover. I don't know. The cover is just giving to me. I enjoy, the aesthetic of it. I enjoy the colors, even how the cover looks like she's looking out of the blinds. You know what I mean? I actually like this cover. Now, I remember seeing one person talk about this book on Booktok. This was like last year sometime. And I was intrigued by it because I did go to school for forensic science. And this was like right up my alley. Okay. This is why I love suspense and mystery books, especially when it has to do with like trying to figure shit out, like who did what, who unalived who. That's my steez. That's my jazz. Okay. So I believe I rated this book like a 3.5, if I remember correctly. I buddy read this with one of my book talk besties, and we both literally had the same experience and the same like review, the same thought process behind this book. Was it a good time? Yes, I did have a good time. However, I did have some negatives because, for one, it was written in third person, and that doesn't necessarily make or break a book for me. But I do struggle with third person books just simply because, like, who's talking to me? Especially if it's multiple characters at one time. I have no idea who's saying what, who's talking to who, like what y'all talking about for real, to be completely honest. So the first couple of chapters I did struggle a bit. The second thing that I remember not liking was the romance in this book. Okay. So the romance between, god damn it, my husband's here. One moment, y'all. I have to get food. What do I want? What do I want? We're ordering from a Mexican restaurant. And for those that don't know, Mexican is actually my favorite. So, do I want like a fajita type of situation? Or do I want... Ooh, that looks good. I really don't want no chicken though. I'm kind of... Ever since doing my cleanse, y'all, I really don't be craving meat like that for real. I never really crave meat for real, if I'm being completely honest. Because my mom had us being vegetarians for a long time. So once I got out on my own, I still really wasn't big on meat like that. And plus, meat just makes my body feel very sluggish and weird. So, what to get? What to get? Do I want a burrito, you guys? I'm not really feeling burrito-y. I don't know. Or do I get this? I think I'd be getting a seafood chimichanga. I think that's what I be getting, and that thing be busting, y'all. But do I want that, or do I want fajita? All of our fajitas are cooked with peppers, onions, tomatoes, served with rice, beans, lettuce, guacamole, sour cream, and tortillas. Oh, that sounds so good. I think that's what I'm gonna get, y'all. We gonna do that. I'm glad I didn't get the chimichanga, because that's what he got. We always be trying not to get the same meals. But okay, y'all, like I was saying, The romance in this book was not giving for real, y'all. I did enjoy the characters a little bit, but their romance to me just wasn't believable. You got to make me believe that you love each other, and it wasn't giving that. So I wasn't a fan. The ending of this book though was fire. I'm not gonna hold you like when until I got up into the ending, this book was given like a 2.5, 3 star. But once I got to the ending, it literally jumped it up to like a 3.5. The ending was crazy, y'all. It was definitely unexpected. I did not see that coming. Like throughout this book, me and my Booktok Bessie was trying to figure out who the hell is behind this, what's going on, what's really happening for real. We couldn't figure it out. And I love a book where it's a mystery or suspense and I can't figure it out, because very rare does that happen. My intuition be on point and I be knowing. Very rare do I get stumped. So the ending for me saved this book. But I don't feel like it's worth me keeping, because I don't think this is a book that I would reread. So I feel like I'm gonna just go ahead and pull this off my shelf and give it away. And I think somebody else would have a really good time with this, because I mean, I did have a good time, but not a good enough time for me to keep it. The next book that I'm pulling off of my shelf is going to be The Lake by Natasha Preston. This was an immediate no for me. If I remember, I think I rated this one either a 1, somewhere between a 1 and a 2.5. Y'all, I did not I did not have a good time with this. The main character in this book was pissing me off from the beginning to the end. And then also it was very repetitive. It's like she did something so tragic, so terrible, and in every chapter we were just reminded about how she did something so tragic and terrible. But like, sister, you gonna tell us what it was? Or are you just gonna keep telling us in every chapter how you feel guilty about doing something so bad and so terrible? Like, please. I would recommend this book for people that enjoy YA type suspense and thrillers. Or if it's your first time getting into that particular genre, I feel like this will be a good book to pick up. From what I see, this is just Natasha Preston's style of writing, so she might be a good author to go to if you are in one of those categories. But if you're a more seasoned type of reader in that particular genre, or if you're somebody that just likes to kind of get to the point of the book, this probably ain't gonna be for you. The ending pissed me off, okay? Completely pissed me off. Now, granted, I am a person that enjoys endings that kind of leave you to wonder what happens next. You know, a very open-ended type of ending. Depending on the book, it eats down, right? This one, it it was just like, girl, this book was just very, I mean, it was interesting to say the least. The storyline and the plot had potential. That's what I'm saying. It may not be a bad book for a beginner in the thriller suspense genre, or if you're into YA books, you might actually enjoy this. For me personally, I just didn't have a good time. It was just too much going on. I hated all the characters. There's not one character in this book that I actually liked. And for me, I need to connect with the characters. So yeah, this one gotta go. I think that's all on this shelf. I, y'all know how I feel about Butcher and Blackbird, but I actually did enjoy this enough to keep it on my shelf, so I'm not getting rid of that one. But this is all that I have for my thriller and suspense shelf. I'm still fairly new to this genre, so I gotta do a little better with this one. So from what I can see, my fantasy section, I'm not getting rid of anything in fantasy just yet. So we're gonna go ahead over to the dark romance and the contemporary romance and see what we're gonna pull down from there. Okay. I had to sit on my little stool, babies, because all this ass was hurting on the floor. So don't mind this stack of books here. These are some of the books that I have to put back on my shelf, and there's some new ones in here that I just need to put on the shelf in general. So don't pay this no mind. However, we are going to look at this bottom shelf here, and I could tell you off rip the two books that are coming down. This got to go. It got to go. So we have the first one, It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. And then, of course, we have the second one, It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. Now, for those that don't know, I did do a reading vlog on this because I never read a Colleen Hoover book. And this was around a time frame where the movie for It Ends With Us was getting ready to come out. And I wanted to see what the hype was, okay? Because a lot of people either really, really love Colleen or they really, really hate Colleen. Now, I said a lot about these books in that vlog. So if you're interested to know my thoughts about the book and the author itself, you can head over there and check that out. But the reason why I'm pulling these books down is because I know for a fact I'm never going to read these books again. I'm not going to read these books again. And not because they weren't good. I will say, on contrary belief, you guys, these were really good books. They were. However, I understand why people feel as if Colleen romanticizes abuse. Now, there were lessons in both of these books that I did appreciate because it did show the realistic life of being in a DV type of situation, especially within It Starts With Us. Because leaving your abuser is not easy. And just because you leave them doesn't mean that they're going to go away. You understand what I'm saying? So I appreciate the fact that the way that she told the story was very, very realistic. Okay. It didn't glass over anything. However, I don't like I don't like how going into this book, you don't know that this has anything to do with DV. There's no trigger warnings. It doesn't say it on the blurb. Like it pretty much just kind of it makes you feel as if you're going into something that's very romantic. You know what I'm saying? Just from the cover alone. So unless you were to see reviews and stuff about this series and you're just going in blind and you're somebody that has, you know, dealt with DV or you're easily triggered or whatever, like I just feel like it's insensitive to readers and to supporters to not let people know what's really tea with something so heavy like DV. You know what I mean? Although I did have a good time with these books and I did enjoy the storyline and the plot, I'm not a fan of Colleen Hoover's writing style either. So that's another reason why these got to come off my shelf. Okay. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a Colleen Hoover hater, basher, you know, I just hate Colleen. I'm not going to do none of that because at the end of the day, when I got into these books, I purposely went in blind without doing any research on this lady, or I wanted to have like a clear mindset going into these books to see what was really good. I wanted to create my own assumption about this author in these books, which I did. And now that I have my own assumption and I'm comparing it to other people's reviews and other people's, you know, thought process and stuff like that, we're somewhat like on the same boat. Just proceed with caution if this is something that you decide you want to get into. As for me, I ain't reading these again. Got to go. Okay, you guys, the next book that's on my shelf, I will never, ever, 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 ever read in life. This is Savage Hunger by Lisa Renee Jones. If you don't know who Lisa Renee Jones is, she is the scammer. The scammer, alleged, let me say allegedly, the alleged scammer over the Readers Take Denver event. Okay. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there is a video that I did last year around April or May that's at like 12K views right now of all of the things that popped off at this particular event. And Lisa Renee Jones just happened to be the event organizer. She's the person that put on the show. And ironically enough, she just happened to shove one of her books in my swag bag. And I promise you, I will not be reading this. I will not be reading this. I'm going to throw this in the stack as well. Maybe somebody else can read it if they feel like it's intriguing, but it won't be me. We don't support scammers. I think that's all, you guys. There's not any other books that I can see in my dark romance section just yet that has to go. And I don't really see anything in my contemporary romance section that has to go just yet. So I want to say that's it. Nope. Here is a spiritual self help book. Don Miguel Ruiz, The Circle of Fire. I did read this one and I actually really do enjoy his work. However, I wasn't a fan of this particular book. It was a little bit too preachy for me. I like self-help books to where you don't feel like the message is being shoved down your throat. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like that was his intentions because he writes a lot of good books, a lot of self help books, a lot of spiritual books. This one just seemed a little bit too preachy for my liking. So, and then also a lot of the stuff that he was talking about in this book, I feel like I've already transcended with that part of my life. So for me, it really didn't do much. So I do want to give it away because this might be beneficial for somebody else out there that's, on a particular journey. I've already, I surpassed this part of my life in my journey. So hopefully this will help somebody that is on that same journey and this will give them some guidance. Okay, y'all, that completes my unhauling. Next up is the hauling. Going through all of the new books that I have and figuring out where the hell they are going to go. This should be very, very interesting to say the least. First thing first, you guys. Wow, I stopped entirely. I went downstairs to eat and never came back up. So there's that. It's 9:45. It's 9:45 p.m. However, I did finish one of the books that's on my reading. I did finish one of the books that's for my reading blog. Wow, what are words? Why can't I talk today? Okay, we're just gonna move on. So I got all the books down. Well, all the books that I've had scattered all over the place, and they're all posted here. I'm gonna go through them really quick just to see if there's any other books in these piles that I want to give away, because I instantly thought of two different books that I read over spooky season last year that I was like, yeah, these not staying on my shelf. These got to go, you know? So that's what we're about to do. I know everything in this bag was from Christmas, so we don't got to worry about that. But I do have a stack here. You know, Onyx Storm isn't going anywhere. I need to actually let's put these into genres, okay? Let's figure out where these are going to go. Let's start there. That might be the best bet, okay? Y'all have seen every single one of these books on one of these damn blogs. Like, they might not all be on one particular blog, but they are scattered throughout multiple blogs. But it's cool. It's books. Just rock with me. So we have The Midnight Library. I don't know what this will be under. I don't think this is a romance though. I don't know if this has anything to do with a romance. I actually have no clue what genre this falls under. If you've read this, feel free to drop it down in the comments and let me know. But it's kind of giving similar vibes to Dark Matter because it's just all about choices from what I see. What happens when you make particular choices and how your life can change depending on the choice that you make. So I don't know. Maybe some sci-fi type vibe, you think? I'll probably put it with sci-fi. Okay. We have Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. I know this is a billionaire romance. And I actually have the first one on my shelf that I have not read yet. So I'm going to just stick that over there. That is going to be my romance pile. We have 12th Night. I think this is YA. And I feel like this might be romance too. It's giving Grumpy Sunshine from what I'm seeing on the blurb. Okay, so we're going to put this over here in the romance pile as well. We have Real by Kennedy Ryan. This is definitely romance. Somebody's a film director. So a forbidden romance. Okay, so romance pile. Damn, look at me. All these romances. Okay, The Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. Fantasy, for sure. Darker Shade of Magic. All right, fantasy pile. We also have The Paradise Problem. I know this is romantic. This is like a rom-com. I actually can't wait to read this one. So I'm going to stick that over there. We can go ahead and move this bag out of the way. Okay. Harry Potter Fantasy. We know that. We'll stick that there. We got Blacktop Wasteland. I just finished this one. This one is suspense, mystery. I think people call it a thriller. It didn't really give thriller vibes to me personally, but I'm going to just stick it right there. We have Iron Flame. This should have already been on my shelf, but I'm going to stick it here. It's going from the reader blog. So Iron Flame, The Annihilator. I think this is what book 5. Somebody gifted this. One of my clients gifted me this. after I did a reading for them. And he said, yeah, I just went on there, just picked whatever book I saw. I actually really love when people do that though, because most people, when they're doing gifts, they kind of go based off of something that they would like or that they feel that they would enjoy versus just picking something that you would like. So I actually really did. Although this is book 5 and I haven't read any of the other books before this, I actually like the fact that he just went in and just picked the book just based off of the cover. He thought, oh, that looks interesting. I'm gonna just send her that versus going down a list like, oh, this is like something I would read. Let me do this. You know, I when people do that, like, thank you for getting a gift for me and not based off of your own taste. You know, love that. So dark romance is what this is. So I'm gonna stick that over there. We have Their Vicious Games. This is a part of my February TBR actually. And this was already on my shelf, but being that I'm reorganizing, I'm just gonna just toss it. I think this is this thriller? Yeah, I think this is thriller suspense. So we're gonna stick that there. One Last Rainy Day is a part of a series, the Ravenshood trilogy. This is a spinoff. I think, is this contemporary romance? I don't know, but we're gonna put it in the romance pile. We have Blood Over Bright Haven by M.L. Wang. I believe this is fantasy. I really think this is fan. I mean, it just is giving fantasy. It has a map in the beginning. Yes, fantasy vibes. Razor Blade Tears, another thriller suspense type vibe. Before I Let Go has already been on my shelf, part of the TBR. This is the only reason why it's not on the shelf currently. I'm gonna just stick that over there. Untamed by Glennon Doyle. Y'all know I'm still in the middle of reading this. I had this down because I was recording my January wrap up. So I'm gonna just stick this here. Of course, Fourth Wing, my baby. Fantasy pile for sure. Okay, next. We have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Is this romance? I genuinely don't know. No clue, babes. But I'm just gonna stick it over here. We have Powerful. We already know this is fantasy, so I'm gonna stick that there. Pen Pal. It's like I want to put this on my dark romance shelf just because of the aesthetic, the black book and the the black sprayed edges is it gives dark romance, right? But this was not a dark romance book. Like I can like did it have dark undertones? Yes, but this was more of a suspense mystery, like murder mystery type of situation. So I really think I'm going to add this with the mystery pile. Uh-oh, I don't want to lose my note. Enjoy your gift. Who, baby, what did you send me? Which book did you send me, babes? I know she sent me some cards, some tarot cards. She sent me an oracle deck, but I can't remember. I know she sent a book too. I just can't remember what it was. So I'm gonna stick this here for now. Phantasma by Kaylee. Is it Kaylee Smith? This is fantasy. We also have Light Lark and Nightbane, also fantasy. I need to get the third one. We have Daydream. I know this is the third book in the Maple Hills novel, or the Maple Hills trilogy. I have the first two on my shelf already, haven't read it yet, but I got the third one, so I'm gonna stick it here. Leather and Lark. This is the second book right after Butcher and Blackbird, so of course that is like murder. So we will put that there. Truly, Madly, Deeply. I think this is romance. It's definitely giving romance vibes. I think this is romance though. This old flame just might set them on fire. Yeah, it's giving romance. Two Twisted Crowns. I really cannot wait to read this duet, y'all. Fantasy. I already have the first one on my shelf. And then we have The Naturals. This is another series that I genuinely can't wait to get into. So this is fantasy, not fantasy. This is suspense, murder mystery, all type of shit like that. So cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, what else do we have? Dark Matter has already been on my shelf. We already know this. Oh shoot. Uh Psychological sci-fi type of thing. You Are a Badass at Making Money has already been on my shelf, but I did this for a vlog. This is self-help development. I know where that goes. These were also a part of a vlog. So I'm going to stick these here because this goes on the middle shelf. We have Divine Rivals. Do I have the first book? Or the second book? I don't think I do. Is this the first book or the second book, y'all? Do you know? I don't think I have it on my shelf, though, whatever it is. But I know it's fantasy. All right, we have Blood Orange and we have Black Rose. It's like I want to put this in fantasy, but it's kind of giving dark academia. I think I will put this with the Never After series and the Souls trilogy because it kind of just falls under, like, it has a fantasy vibe, but it's also like retelling because this is a Dracula retelling. So I think I will stick it with that. I think that would be in its own little lane. Okay, yeah, these are the two books that definitely got to go. The first one is Ghost Dick by Kinsley Kincaid. Babes, this was interesting to say the least. The storyline and the plot was actually really, really good. But there's just some stuff that took place in this book that I just cannot get behind. Like, I read your trigger warnings is all I can say. If you get into this book, definitely read your trigger warnings. I don't know if I should give this away or not though. I don't feel like I would ever read it again, but I feel like just because of the aesthetic, I should I should have it on my shelf. Because it's definitely dark romance vibes, but it's also paranormal. So I don't know, y'all. I think I might just give this away. And then we also have 20 Years Later. This one, the amount of times that I fell asleep on this book is actually pretty fucking insane. It took a long time to like pick up for real, but I'm not gonna lie, y'all. The storyline was really good. The plot was really good. The ending, I definitely was not fucking expecting at all. I'm not gonna hold you. I was not expecting that ending. But I know I'm not going to reread it because it was so slow in the beginning. It was so slow. The build up in this was so slow, and not slow in a way to where it's still holding your attention and intriguing. It was just slow. But when it picked up, babes, it picked the fuck up. I'm not going to hold you. So would I recommend it? Yes, but I didn't love it enough to keep it on my shelf. So I'm going to stick this over here with the Unhaul Pal. Okay, we also have The Blood is Love and Night Wolf by Karina Hale. This goes with Blood Orange and a Black Rose. I'm actually missing one book from this because this is supposed to be another duet. And then this one was like a spin-off of both of the duets. This is also a vampire retelling. Like I told you, this was Dracula, and these are basically Dracula's friends. Okay. So very good series. Definitely recommend. Can't wait to read those. I also have What Did You Do? I know this is dark romance, but I know it has like fae and all type of stuff in here, so it's like dark romanticy, I'm guessing. I was gifted the first book, and that's on my shelf. I haven't read it yet, and someone gifted me the second book, so dark romanticy. We also have AA Dark. I know this is dark romance. I know that's dark romance. I'm gonna throw that over there. We have Hexed. I can't believe I have not read this yet, y'all. This was one of my highly anticipated reads last year, and one of my besties gave this to me for my birthday. So I genuinely can't wait to get into this. But I'm gonna stick it over here in this pile. Okay, we have Rebel by S. Mastery. This is actually book 3. The same person that sent me the Annihilator. Is that what it was? Yeah, the Annihilator sent me this book. This is book 3. I have the first book on my shelf. I don't have the second one. So I need to get the second one. I need to get the fourth one. Because there's only 4 books in this series. And no clue what this is about, but I do know it's reverse harem. And I eat reverse harem books up. So put that over there with Dark Romance. Of course, we got Onyx Storm Fantasy. We got 1201 by Bella J. Love this book. This is Enemies to Lovers. Lights Out. Love this book. Dark romance. We have The Nanny. I heard was really, really good. I believe this is romance 2. Filthy Rich Faye. I know this is Mafia, but I'm not sure if this is like dark romanticy. Like, are these human beings? Because the Faye part is throwing me, right? Um, but it is giving Mafia vibes. So I think I'm gonna stick it up there with Mafia on my dark romance section until I'm able to read it and I can place it where it's supposed to go. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And this is book 1. I think it's supposed to be 3 or 4 books in this series. I just picked it up because I had liked the cover. No clue what it's about though, outside of it being Mafia. Okay, we also have Reckless. We know this is fantasy. Uh, Court of the Vampire Queen. This is also fantasy, I believe, and this is why I choose. As you can see, I'm on a vampire kick, y'all. Definitely on a vampire kick. So I don't know. I'm gonna put this with fantasy for now until I know what I want to do with it. Because I don't know if I want to place this with all of my other vampire type books and books that have to do with, the demons and the retellings and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know. We also have Listen for the Lie, and I know this is suspense in mystery in murder. So I'm gonna put that here. Okay, that's everything, you guys. I think I might need to go through that box. Somebody gifted me some stuff for my birthday. I got like a last minute um birthday box, and I think it's some books in there too. So I need to look in there and see what books is in there so I can put that in its designated place. So, should I do this tonight, you guys? Like the separation is in order. Like I got everything separated, but it's already 10 o'clock. It's 10:03. And we know how it goes when it comes to trying to organize bookshelves. So like, should I really go all in? Because I feel like if I start, I am going to be hyper fixated until it is done. So what y'all think? Tell me right now. Tell me right now what I should do. Tell me right now what I should do. I feel like I should just go ahead and knock it out. I feel like that's what I should do. Just go ahead and knock it out. Okay, you guys. Clearly, we just decided to go ahead and do what it do, babes. Look at my shirt, y'all. This is why my hair stays on top of my head. Okay, this is why it stays in a bun. All right, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? As y'all can see, my bottom shelf. This is literally all that I have for thriller and suspense and murder.
What murder?
This is it. This is it. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do because now I have another series that's here plus these books. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to officially take on 2 shelves because I have 3 shelves that's dedicated to all fantasy. Oh me, oh my, you guys. Okay, let's try to figure this out. Let's try to figure this out. You know what's crazy? It's like Butcher and Blackbird should actually be dark romance for real, but it's dark. It's a dark romantic comedy, but it's a bunch of murder and suspense and like should I keep it here or should I move it? I should probably move it over to dark romance, huh? But I feel like if I want to read about murder, I would come to my murder shelf, right? But that, I mean, everybody dying in dark romance, so I guess they don't. That don't really make sense for real. So, okay. Yeah, we're just gonna move this. We're gonna transition this over to dark romance. And that's gonna be a struggle, babes, because wow. It's a lot going on over there already, as is. Okay. So we have these and all of these. I feel like I'm missing some books. Oh no, I'm not. Okay. I'm actually putting my entire February TBR back on the shelf, which is insane. But it's okay because I'm probably not going to get around to it. I have 3 series that's up here, or that's getting ready to be up here, because we have uh A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I haven't read these yet, but they're here. And then we have, I don't even know what this series is, y'all. And the crazy thing about this is my sister got this series for me because when I asked her to get it for Christmas last year or the year before, I thought it was this. I thought it was the Naturals that I was asking for, but this is a completely different series. I have no idea if this is going to be good. I have no idea if I'm actually going to like it. But being that she did get it, I'm going to read it. If I enjoy it, I'll keep it. If not, then I'll unhaul it. But yeah, now I have 3 different series. Let's go ahead and take the plastic off this though. So we have, should I do it like this? Or should I put this one up and lay this one down? What y'all think? What y'all think? I don't know. I like to display my series when there's multiple books in one. Like I like to display them. And although like it is displayed, but I feel like if it's like laying sideways, it pops out more. I don't know, guys. I don't know how this is gonna work. Y'all, I don't know how this is gonna work. I'll stick that there. I don't know if all of these are gonna fit, y'all. It's not giving that it's gonna fit, babes. It's not giving that. It's not giving that at all. I don't want to have to stand them up. Not me whining. I'm gonna have to stand them up. I hate that for me, actually. Okay. We also have Alex Cross. But this book is so tiny. Well, like small, but let's see. Will it fit? Will it get in there? Okay, you guys. We made it work. I don't think I can fit any more thriller suspense books on here, but this is all of that I have. Thriller suspense. Oh no. Oh no, y'all. It's not all. I forgot Dark Matter. Oh. And then I kind of want to put this one over here too, but I don't really know if it's given that. Both of these kind of mimic concept of time, but I do also have In 5 Years by Rebecca Serrell, and that one also has to do with the concept of time, but it wasn't a suspense type thriller situation. You know what I mean? So I might just put this one over there. But now, what am I going to do with this? Because he has 3 other books. Y'all, I might have to just go ahead and do um 2 shelves. I think that's what it's giving. I'm going to have to do that. I might put my series down here. Or I don't know. I don't know. I'm about to figure it out. We're just gonna take all of these down. Well, this is frustrating. I think I figured it out. I think I got it together. Let me show you real quick. So, I apologize about the glare. Well, it's not even a glare. I'm trying to get it to focus. There we go. Okay, boom. So, this is what we're gonna do. Because clearly, when I tried to split it up into two different shelves, I don't have enough to fill up two shelves. But it's like, in order for it to all fit, I had to stack. So, being that both of these are series that have to do with, you know, mystery and trying to figure out what's going on, I just stacked them both together. And then this is the next series that I have. Now I tried to keep all of them together, so all of Blake Crouch is together. Then I have both of S.A. Kazi's books together, and then the rest of them, as you can see, is just standalones. So this works for now until I get more books in this genre, and then I might be able to split it up. But I'm happy I did it this way because I did forget that I still have that big ass case of Harry Potter books. So that has to go somewhere, right? Now I need to work on getting these fantasy books. Why did I decide to do this? Y'all were supposed to tell me just to go to bed. Go to bed, Morris. Don't worry about it tonight. You can pick up where you left off tomorrow. That's what y'all supposed to say. That's what y'all supposed to tell me. But here we are. And now it has to get done. So I'm debating on if I should do Harry Potter on this show or this show. Because I clearly have so much fantasy right now. You know, it's crazy. I thought about unhauling Gothicana because I think I rated this like a 3.5. And I had my reasonings for rating it a 3.5, but if I'm being completely honest, I don't want to give this book up though. Although it was a 3.5, and 3.5 isn't a bad reading for me personally, I still had such a good time with this book. And I really feel like this will be a book that I will go back in and reread if I'm being completely honest. Plus, it's just fucking gorgeous, bro. Like, I could not get rid of that. That would be crazy. So I guess it's safe to say that I'm for sure going to be using three shows for all of these books, especially being that I'm adding Harry Potter to the mix. God, I can't believe I have this in my hands, y'all. Oh my God, y'all, this is giving me anxiety on the lowest of keys because I actually have a lot of fantasy books and I was not expecting that. Don't know what to do now. Okay. Oh, my head is starting to hurt. Oh, this is just a lot. This is a lot. I'm doing a lot. Okay. I fear I'm gonna need a new bookshelf, you guys. That's what it's coming down to. This side of my shelf is finally done. As you can see, the top shelf has all of the, I guess, fantasy retelling type situations, whatever like that. The next shelf, clearly, we have the Harry Potter series, we have Empyrean series, and then we also have the Hourglass series. And those two are definitely my Roman Empire, which is why they are put together. We come down to the third shelf, but I do kind of like the setup that it's giving so far. Then we come down again to the fourth shelf, and as you can see, we have some series, some, as you can see, we have some duets, some trilogies and also some standalones in there. And then some of them, I think some of these are part of series, but clearly I don't have all the books, so it is what it is. And then the bottom row, which y'all have seen me struggle with, is all the thriller, mystery, suspense, and all that jazz, right? I took down this book bag. It probably won't be on my shelf anymore until I can get some more room. Now we're getting ready to mosey on over to this side of the room, Lord. Fingers crossed, babes. Because this is the side I knew I just was going to be struggling with, fighting for my fucking life. And yeah, we're going to have to figure this out together. It is currently 11:10, y'all. Y'all think I can do this before midnight? I don't know. We gonna figure it out. Honestly and truly, y'all, I have no idea what the hell I'm finna do with this shelf here. Because if I'm being completely transparent, I really just threw these two shelves together. I did, because it was a bunch of just miscellaneous genres. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, they're all under the romance category, but there's really no like structure with it, like how I did over there. They're just tossed. So now I don't know what to do because I have a lot of. I just need a new bookshelf, you guys. Honestly, I feel like I want to get like a regular basic bookshelf for my self help and development books because that would create more space. But I also don't know what books I would put here in the middle because if you can tell, my shelves are like at a slant, right? So I don't really know what books I would put on that shelf, on those three shelves. That's not self help and development because care what, I don't really care how this is displayed. Clearly, I just put it up there because it's all under the same genre. There's really no structure here like how I would do with the basic shelves. So I don't know. I might get just a regular shelf just for those, just to create more space for these other genres that I have. I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually. One day we'll get there. And I also need to get me a TBR cart. So when I start my TBRs, my monthly TBRs, I have those books set in a particular area because I literally just put my entire February TBR back on the shelf. I just put it back up on the shelf, y'all. Okay, let's figure this out. What's crazy is I've been hearing that Jennifer Hartman, like Lotus and Still Beating, that falls under the dark romance category. Is that true? Because I haven't read any of these books yet. I mean, I've read these two, but this is Why Choose. But yeah, all of the Jennifer Hartman books that I haven't read any of those yet. But anytime somebody talks about them, they always say it's under dark romance. But is it really? Because the way that I describe dark romance would be, dark romance, like murder, unaliving, touch her, you're dead. You know what I'm saying? I don't really look at books that hold trauma as dark romance. I just feel like that's just trauma based books, you know? But I don't know. How do y'all like describe those? Do y'all put books that's filled with trauma under dark romance because it's a romance book? Like how do y'all categorize that? Because I don't know. I read a lot of books that hold trauma that's been romance based, but it didn't give dark romance. But I'm a dark romance girly, so it's just certain books that to me don't fall under that category. But I don't know. What are y'all thoughts? Let me know. But okay. Wow, this writing is small. Jennifer, babe. Not the pages stuck together. Y'all see this? Okay. You could tell I have not read this. Okay. It took me a minute to figure this shit out. It's 11:56. I gave myself till midnight, so not too bad. But I had to put my thinking cap on. I had to sit down in my thinking chair and figure this shit out, babes.
Sit down in a thinking chair and think.
So I had to do a lot of fucking stacking, y'all, because I couldn't get I couldn't get the books to look how I wanted it to look. And there's certain series that I wanted to showcase, but clearly I just was not able to do that. So it is what it is. I had to stack upon stack upon stack upon stack these books, okay? So I'm gonna show y'all really quick, and then I'm gonna carry my ass to bed. I think I have books in there too that I was gifted, so I have to go through this box again so I can make sure that won't be tonight. Okay, so as you can see, matter of fact, let me turn this camera around. Okay, babes, as you can see, I had to stack. I only have the first book for Binding 13, so I just put that at the bottom. And then, all of Jennifer Hartman. And then I think is this supposed to be a series? I think this is a standalone. I don't know if it's supposed to be a series or not, but I was gifted that from my book bestie Amy. Love her from TikTok. And then, of course, the Jacksonville Raid series. I only have these two books. I really want the rest of them because I love that series, but those are the only two that I was able to snag when I was at the convention, so whatever. And then, of course, these. And then I was able to just lay the rest of those out here. And then we go up a shelf, and as you see, I had to stack more. Okay, whole lot of fucking stacking, y'all. A lot of fucking stacking that had to be done, babes, just to get these books to fit. Okay, and then we go up, and as you can see, more stacking. Granted, it's only two books that's stacked right there, but yeah, this is one of my dark romance shelves. As you can see, this series was initially laying down, but I had to stand it up to fit the other books in. So there's that. Okay, this is my next shelf for dark romance. I didn't make any changes to this. It just is what it is. H.D. Carlton and Chantel, you got to be showcased. My favorite dark romance authors right now, they got to be showcased. So didn't make any changes here. And then at the very, very tippy top, the only books I had to add was Rebel and Filthy Rich Fae. Those are the only two that I had to add. And up here is just well, I know this is dark romance, these three. I think this is too, but clearly I don't have no room. We know 50 Shades is. But these are my Mafia books here. So this is all I have as far as Mafia is concerned. So yeah, we're pretty much done as far as the bookshelf is concerned. I just have these last three books here, but these go in this middle shelf here. Oh, I have this one too, but I'm not done reading this one yet. I still need to finish reading and annotating, but I'm gonna just stick it up here now, just for the hell of it. I'll come and pick it back up whenever. I know this one goes here. I think this one goes down there, but I'm gonna just stick it here for now because these three books are by the same author. Okay, and then this one I think goes down here, but I might just end up sticking it here. Like I said, these don't have no order. They just go. Okay, y'all. I am getting ready to call it a night. It's 12:02. I cleaned up my office, reorganized the bookshelf. Tomorrow, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. We'll figure it out tomorrow. I just had a brain fart. Yeah, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Good night.